What is the difference between someone who struggles with money their entire life and someone who seems to attract wealth effortlessly? Is it luck, hard work, inheritance? While all of those can play a role, the fundamental difference lies in something much deeper: their energetic frequency. For centuries, we've been taught to think about wealth in a purely physical sense. We chase money, we work for it, we trade our time for it. We operate under a Newtonian model of reality, where we have to physically do something to get something. But what if this is a fundamentally flawed and inefficient approach? What if wealth isn't something you chase, but something you engineer? Welcome to the Abundance Matrix. This is a framework grounded in the principles of quantum physics and neuroscience that redefines wealth not as a physical commodity, but as an energetic state of being. It's a protocol for shifting your internal frequency to match the frequency of abundance, so that you stop chasing wealth and start broadcasting a signal that draws it to you. In this video, I'm going to break down the 3 critical components of the Abundance Matrix: coherence, visualization, and inspired action. I'll explain why most people get the order wrong and why this leads to frustration and failure. I'm going to give you a step-by-step protocol that you can use to start engineering your own economy today. This isn't about get-rich-quick schemes. It's about a fundamental shift in your relationship with energy and reality. If you are ready to move from a mindset of lack and scarcity to one of abundance and creation, you are in the right place. And if you want to master the scientific principles of creation, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We release a new, in-depth training like this every single week, and you don't want to miss the tools we provide to upgrade your life. Part 1. The energetic nature of money. Before we can engineer wealth, we have to understand what it is. On the surface, money is just paper, metal, or numbers on a screen. But what does it represent? It represents energy. It is a tool for the exchange of value and potential. It is a symbol for a certain type of energetic frequency in the quantum field. Everything in the universe is energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your emotions are energy. Your body is energy. And money is energy. All of these things exist as waves of probability in the quantum field, each with a unique frequency. The frequency of lack feels like contraction, fear, anxiety, and desperation. The frequency of abundance feels like expansion, freedom, security, and creative potential. Here is the fundamental mistake most people make. They try to create abundance from the frequency of lack. They say, "I want more money," while their entire being is vibrating with the energy of "I don't have enough." This is like trying to tune your radio to a classical music station by setting the dial to a heavy metal frequency. It's a vibrational mismatch. The universe or the quantum field doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your frequency. This is why hustle and grind culture often leads to burnout, not wealth. You can work 80 hours a week, but if you are doing it from a place of desperation and fear, you are reinforcing the frequency of lack with every action you take. You might make some money, but you will struggle to keep it, and you will never feel truly abundant. You are swimming against the energetic current. So, how do we change our frequency? This is where the first and most important step of the Abundance Matrix comes in: coherence. Your energetic frequency is a direct result of your internal state. Specifically, it's a combination of your thoughts and your emotions. When your thoughts and emotions are aligned and positive, you create a coherent electromagnetic field. When they are misaligned or negative, you create an incoherent, chaotic field. The HeartMath Institute has done groundbreaking research on this. They have shown that the electromagnetic field generated by the heart is up to 5,000 times more powerful than the field generated by the brain. Your heart is the primary generator of your energetic frequency. When you are in a state of stress, frustration, or worry, your heart rhythm becomes erratic and incoherent. This broadcasts a chaotic signal to the field. When you are in a state of gratitude, joy, or compassion, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and coherent. This broadcasts a powerful, organized signal to the field. Therefore, the first step to engineering wealth is not to write a business plan or to start a side hustle. The first step is to master your internal state. You must learn to generate the frequency of abundance before you see the evidence of it in your bank account. You have to become the energy you want to attract. You have to generate the feeling of wealth from within. Part 2. The 3 steps of the abundance matrix. The abundance matrix is a 3-step protocol. The order is absolutely critical. Most people jump straight to step 3, which is why they fail. Let's break it down correctly. Step 1. Coherence. Generate the feeling. As we just discussed, this is the foundation. You cannot build a mansion on a foundation of sand. You cannot create abundance from the energy of lack. Your first and only job at this stage is to generate the feeling of abundance now. How do you feel abundant when your bank account is empty? You do it by focusing on the abundance you already have. This is the correct way to use gratitude. The gratitude pivot. Don't just be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the air you breathe, the sun on your skin, the food you ate this morning, the friend who smiled at you. There is an infinite amount of abundance already present in your life. By focusing on it, you shift your energy from what's missing to what's present. This is the pivot. Heart-focused breathing, as we've discussed in previous videos. Spend 5 to 10 minutes every morning practicing slow, rhythmic breathing with your attention on your heart. While you are doing this, consciously cultivate the feeling of gratitude or appreciation. This is the fastest way to create a coherent heart-brain state and broadcast a powerful, abundant frequency. You must become a master of this step. Must be able to generate the feeling of abundance on command, regardless of your external circumstances. This is your energetic groundwork. Step 2. Visualization. Set the intention. Only when you are in a coherent, abundant state do you move to step 2. If you try to visualize from a place of lack, you will only manifest more lack. Visualization from a coherent state is where you give your energy a specific direction. You are programming the quantum field with your intention. Create a future memory. Don't visualize wealth as something you want in the future. Visualize it as something you already have. Create a vivid, detailed scene from your abundant future and experience it as a memory. For example, see yourself logging into your bank account and feeling a sense of calm security as you look at the balance. See yourself generously paying for a family dinner. See yourself donating to a cause you care about. Embody the scene. As you visualize, engage all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Most importantly, what do you feel? Feel the freedom, the security, the joy, the generosity of your future self. This emotional embodiment is what impresses your intention upon the quantum field. Your brain and body begin to believe this reality is already true, and they start to operate from that new state of being. Step 3. Inspired action. Receive the signal. This is the step everyone gets wrong. They start with action. But action without energetic alignment is just struggle. Inspired action is completely different. It is action that you take in response to an intuitive nudge, a creative idea, or a synchronistic opportunity that arises after you have done the energetic work. When you are consistently practicing steps 1 and 2, you are broadcasting a clear, powerful signal. The quantum field, which is a field of information, will respond. It will send you signals back in the form of intuitive hits, a sudden urge to call someone, visit a place, or start a project. Creative ideas, a new business idea that seems to download into your head out of nowhere. Synchronicities, a series of coincidences that seem to be leading you in a specific direction. A book falls off a shelf. You overhear a conversation. You see the same number everywhere. Inspired action is acting on these signals without hesitation. It feels different from forced action. It feels effortless, exciting, and expansive. It feels like you are being pulled by your future, not pushed by your past. This is where the how reveals itself. Your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to generate the frequency and then act on the signals you receive. This three-step process is a complete paradigm shift. But mastering each step, especially identifying and acting on inspired action, takes practice. That's why my Quantum Breakthrough Protocol includes the full Abundance Matrix Toolkit. It gives you a 30-day planner to track your coherence practice, a library of 10 detailed future memory visualizations for wealth, and a guide to distinguishing inspired action from ego-driven action. It's the operating manual for this process. For just $88, it will completely rewire your financial reality. You can get it at the link in the description. Stop guessing and start engineering. Part 3. The Case Study of Michael. Let me show you what this looks like in the real world. This is Michael. Michael is a client of mine who is a freelance graphic designer. For 2 years, his income was stuck at around $5,000 a month. He was working constantly, hustling for clients, and was on the verge of burnout. He was taking massive action step 3, but he was doing it from a place of scarcity and anxiety, incoherent. When we started working together, the first thing I had him do was stop all his prospecting for 1 week. He panicked. But I told him his only job was to focus on step 1, coherence. For 1 week, he spent an hour every morning doing heart-focused breathing and taking gratitude walks, where he would simply notice all the abundance around him. By the end of the week, he said he felt calmer and less desperate. He was ready for step 2. For the next week, his only job was to continue his coherence practice. Then, step 3 happened. On day 10, he got an intuitive hit to email an old client he hadn't spoken to in 3 years, just to say hello and share a cool article he'd read. He didn't ask for work. It was just an inspired nudge. That client emailed him back an hour later. He said, "Michael, this is unbelievable timing. We were just about to post a job for a creative director for a massive new project. Would you be interested?" Long story short, Michael didn't get the job. He got something better. They hired his freelance business on a monthly retainer of $30,000 to oversee the entire project. That same week, 2 of his existing clients, unprompted, asked to increase the scope of their projects, adding another $15,000 to his monthly income. Within 90 days of starting this process, Michael Less's income went from a stressful $5,000 a month to a consistent $50,000 a month. He was working fewer hours and doing more creative, fulfilling work. What changed? He didn't learn a new design skill. He didn't launch a new marketing campaign. He changed his energy. He stopped chasing money from a place of lack and started broadcasting the frequency of abundance. The universe, the quantum field, had no choice but to rearrange itself to match his new signal. The opportunities were always there, in the field of potential. He just couldn't perceive them from his old frequency. This story is not an anomaly. This is how reality works when you align with the laws of energy. If you want to see more real-world case studies and learn how to apply this to your own life, please make sure you are subscribed. We share these stories to prove to you that this is possible for anyone who is willing to do the energetic work. Your subscription helps us reach more people with this life-changing information. Thank you for being a part of this community. Part 4. Overcoming common blocks. Now, this process sounds simple, but it's not always easy. There are common blocks that can arise. Let's address the top 3. Block number 1. Subconscious limiting beliefs. You might be consciously practicing coherence, but you have a subconscious belief that says, "I'm not worthy of wealth," or "money is the root of all evil." These subconscious programs will sabotage your efforts every time. They are the source of incoherence. You must bring these beliefs to the surface and rewrite them. Techniques like journaling, affirmations done correctly, and working with a coach can help. You have to become an archaeologist of your own mind and dig up the old programming that is running the show. Block number 2. Impatience and lack of trust. You do the process for 3 days, you don't see a result, and you give up. you fall back into desperation and start forcing action again. This is the biggest trap. Engineering your reality requires a deep trust in the process. There is a divine timing to everything. The quantum field is orchestrating a reality far more complex and perfect than you can imagine. Your job is to hold the frequency and trust that the how is being taken care of. Impatience is a form of doubt, and it disrupts your signal. Block number 3. Inaction. This is the flip side. Some people get stuck in the meditation and visualization phase. They think they can just sit on their couch and money will fall from the sky. That's not how it works. The universe responds to your energy, but it delivers the results through physical channels. You must act on the intuitive nudges and opportunities that appear. Inspired action is the bridge between the energetic and the physical. When the universe sends you a signal, you have to pick up the phone. Overcoming these blocks is the real work. It's a journey of self-discovery, discipline, and trust. But on the other side of this work is a reality where you are no longer a slave to your economy, but the conscious creator of it. Every single one of these blocks is addressed in the Quantum Breakthrough Protocol. The Belief Change Matrix is a 7-step process for identifying and rewriting subconscious blocks. The Trust and Surrender Protocol is a meditation designed to overcome impatience. And the Inspired Action Identifier helps you know with certainty when to act. I created this $88 guide to be the ultimate companion on this journey. It's everything I use to transform my own financial reality and the system I use with all my private clients. If you're ready to get serious, the link is in the description. It's time to stop struggling and start creating. Wealth is not a thing you acquire. It is an energy you embody. The Abundance Matrix, Coherence, Visualization, and Inspired Action is your system for becoming that energy. It is the science of aligning your internal world to create your external reality. Stop chasing money. It will always run faster than you. Instead, turn your focus inward. Become a master of your own energy. Broadcast a signal of abundance, worthiness, and creative power. And then watch as the world rearranges itself to match the new truth you have declared. Thank you for joining me today. Please do the work. You are infinitely more powerful than you have been led to believe. Leave a comment below with the words, "I am abundant," to anchor this new identity. Until next time, remember that you don't just live in reality, you engineer it.